Hey girls, quick question. Do you feel like you are doing all the right things for fat loss, but nothing is really changing anymore? If that's you, it's probably not effort you're missing, it's a plan. Because after 40, just winging it does not work for fat loss. And today I'm going to show you why and how to fix it. So what I constantly see with women in their 40s and 50s is a cycle that looks something like this. You try a new diet, you start walking more, you try a new workout, and for a few weeks you're motivated, but nothing really sticks or moves the needle in the long term. And the frustrating part feels like you are trying really hard, which you are, but when you don't see results, you're going to lose that motivation. And here's the thing, random effort isn't the same as strategy. So just trying really hard, unfortunately, is not going to get us the same results anymore after 40. So I want you to tell me just quickly in the comments, do you feel like maybe you have been winging it lately? And it's okay if you have, because this is really common. So if you think yes, just drop A in the comments, a B for maybe a little, C for I definitely need a plan, or D for I am nailing it, got a solid plan, it's working, I'm all systems go. Just so I know where everybody's at. So I want to talk about why winging it does not work anymore. And the big reason is, or one of the big reasons is that as we move through our 40s, a couple of important things start happening. So we gradually start to lose muscle, sometimes not so gradually, sometimes we start to lose it quite fast actually, if we're not actively maintaining it. And muscle is one of the biggest drivers of metabolism. So when muscle decreases, the body burns slightly fewer calories at rest. And this means that the same things that might have worked in our 20s and our 30s, they don't necessarily work anymore. So it's a little bit like this. So if you're renovating a house, if you were trying to do it without a blueprint, you might be doing a lot of work. You might be putting in a lot of effort. There's a lot of stuff happening, but nothing's connected. It's not going to come together because we don't have a plan, an overarching plan for the entire house. And most women I speak to are winging it in at least one of these 5 areas. So we're going to go through all of these and what you can do about it. So number 1, this is a big one, nutrition. Not eating enough protein and fiber is a super common one I see in terms of your nutrition and how people can be winging it. These 2 nutrients are so important to help with fullness and maintaining muscle. So for example, if your breakfast looks something like most people's breakfast, which is toast and coffee or cereal and juice, hunger is going to come back really fast and it's doing nothing to help your muscle stay and your metabolism fire up. Protein and fiber are really important, and how much and how often kind of individual to the person, but those 2 things have to lay the groundwork for your nutrition. Number 2 is strength training. So a lot of women still relying mostly on cardio, but strength training is what protects muscle, and doing strength training in an effective, strategic way is so important after 40. So you're actually getting bang for your buck. You're maximizing the amount of time you are spending training, actually seeing results rather than doing random workouts. Our body does not need to be confused. Stop doing random workouts you see on the internet and hoping it's going to change anything. Yes, something's better than nothing. But also, if you're going to spend that time doing something, let's do something that's going to move the needle and actually change your body in a meaningful way. Number 3, this is where we're also winging it often, is in the movement state. So movement, different to exercise or training. I'm just talking about your daily activity levels. A lot of us are very sedentary, particularly during the week. If you're someone who has a desk job, you might be sitting down for 40 hours a week, maybe more. And then maybe you're active on weekends. But that consistency with movement matters more than intensity. It's very hard to make up for 40 hours of sitting with a couple of hours of activity on the weekend. So just getting some consistency or getting a bit of a strategy with your movement is really important, rather than hoping that we can make up for it with a few hours of training here and there. A lot of my clients are very busy women. They run businesses and they're CEOs and they've got really high pressure jobs. And we're still just finding ways to get some strategic movement rather than go for 2 hours of walking every day. It's not realistic for most women, but we need to be strategic about it and do things that are going to move the needle for you when it comes to this. Number 4, I think most of us are no strangers to this. This is stress. So chronic stress can increase cravings and fatigue, When we're exhausted, decision making around food gets harder. We tend to reach for more high carb, high calorie foods. We all know the drill, right? And it's not a matter of trying to get rid of all of our stress. I think some women believe that, okay, I'm always going to be stressed, so this is just how it is. It's going to be a problem. But it's how we can manage and mitigate some of that stress so it's not impacting other areas of your life. And number 5, this is a big one and the most overlooked one, I think. It's having an all or nothing mindset, the old perfectionist mindset. Either you're doing it perfectly or you failed. You're not doing it at all. And again, like I come back to that consistency, just changing that mindset or having a bit of a strategy around what can we do to tweak that mindset so it's working for you and not against you is so important. And the mindset piece, it's crucial for this whole picture to come together. So I'd love you to tell me, out of those 5 areas, what do you think is the one that you are guessing with the most right now? What are you guessing with? What do you not have much of a plan or a strategy around? Nutrition, strength, movement, stress, mindset. Are there any that you're just winging it? Let me know in the comments. And then imagine those pieces actually worked together instead of feeling random. So I often equate this strategy to looking at a jigsaw puzzle. So at the start, you've got 500 or 1,000 pieces of this jigsaw puzzle. You know they all go together somehow, but you're not really sure how, and you got to spend some time working it out. You can't just randomly chuck all the pieces in there and hope that they're going to put themselves together. We have to have a bit of a strategy around this in order for it to work effectively. This is the important part that no one talks about, because I see so many women trying so hard and getting really disheartened when things are not moving, and that's not fair. But Fat Loss About 40 isn't about doing more and more and more. It's about doing the right things in the right order. So you really just need a strategy that works with your body to support to stay consistent, and habits that are actually sustainable, because there's no point doing something for 6 weeks or 12 weeks that you can't maintain, that you're just going to lose the results afterwards. So it has to work, it has to have support, and it has to be sustainable. And this is exactly why I am running a free masterclass next week. I want to put all of these pieces of the puzzle together for you so you can see how they work in unison. So I'm going to give you the playbook for women after 40, because I speak to so many women who are frustrated. They might have 1 or 2 of the pieces of the puzzle sorted and they just can't get the other pieces together. They're not sure what their strategy is. So in this masterclass, you're going to learn the nutrition structure that supports fat loss, why protein and fiber make everything easier, and how to make that simple and easy so it works in even the busiest of lives. Why strength training matters more than cardio, and what does that even look like? Like, we know pick up some dumbbells, but what specifically do we need to do, and how? How to structure your movement without living in a gym or walking 24/7, and the mindset shifts that are so crucial and have helped so many of my clients get out of that stop-start perfectionist cycle. Because once you see how all these pieces fit together, fat loss, even after 40, even in perimenopause, even in menopause, becomes so much simpler. So I would love to see all of you on that masterclass. Like I said, it's free. It's an hour of your time. If you cannot make it live, I highly recommend making it live, because you'll be able to ask me questions as we go. There'll be a playbook for anyone who comes live. But if you think this is going to be helpful for you, but you can't make it live, register anyway, because you'll get the replay. If you don't register, you won't get the replay. So if you want me to send you the link to register, comment masterclass on this live and I will send it to you. If you feel like you've been failing, you're not failing. If you feel like you've been trying really hard, the reason you haven't got results is probably just because you're winging it in certain areas. So this masterclass is going to give you the structure to help you get it all together and have a plan and a strategy that actually works. So comment masterclass. It's next Tuesday. If you're in Australia, it's next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Sydney time. If you're elsewhere, just do the maths and figure out what time that is. But like I said, if you can't make it live, still well worth registering anyway, so you get the replay sent to you. And hopefully I will see you there. Thanks, girls. Bye.